Sniper Wolf was right. In this video, she pointed out that I had a spelling error. The spelling error was this. I made this card, but by accident I added an extra I. Like I wrote the word waist as in tummy, waist. So this is how it should be written. Now in this video, when she pointed that out, I was actually grateful because I didn't notice it. Has it ever happened to you where you're reading a word and you don't even notice it? Or have you ever read out loud and just realized that you're reading words that aren't even there? When I was teaching English to French kids, I had 360 kids, and I noticed that all the time, that kids would read out loud and imagine that there was words there and say them that they weren't. And most people make little mistakes like that all the time. Yeah, does it make me feel good that I made that mistake? Of course not. You know, I feel kind of silly, but I want to make sure that everybody knows that we are all human. Vegans are human. We all make mistakes. And what's important is, what is our intention? What do we intend to do? So with all of my videos, my intention is to raise awareness about what the animals are going through. I want to make sure that you understand how they are treated. Now, unfortunately, in Leah's video here, her intention is simply to ridicule me and to keep on defending her, what she calls her right to eat animals, which is basically paying people to hurt them. So I think the difference here is that my intentions are good and her intentions are to keep being cruel. Another video that another person made, whose name is Call Me Chris. In that video, I similarly pointed out to Chris that she should stop paying for the rape, torture, and murder of innocent animals as well. But instead of talking about the animals and sort of showing her audience what really goes on and saying, like both these individuals should say, that we should try and strive to be vegan, Chris made a point of pointing out that I was accidentally using a non-vegan marker. Now, I was happy that she said that because I had actually done research and thought that it was vegan. I didn't really know. And the brand was Crayola. So since then, I changed markers and I now have this one here. It's hard for you guys to see, but I did keep the package. Look, this is the brand, and this brand is vegan. At least this particular marker that I'm using now, this one. I can't show you this because you can't really see it. It's kind of worn off. See that? Sort of chiseled off. But I still have some Crayola brand markers lying around, and as a vegan, what I'm suggesting to you, and not all vegans feel this way, but this is how I feel. If you have some non-vegan items, such as markers, I don't think you should throw them out. It's not going to help the animals because you already bought them. However, going forward, you should only buy vegan products. So let's say you have leather shoes. I'm not suggesting that you should throw them out. I'm suggesting that you should wear them until they are used up. And also remember that every time you go shopping, you don't buy new leather things. You don't buy markers that are not vegan, going forward, and that you just do your best. Now, I noticed also Dr. Mike made an error in one of his videos. He said one word and he meant the opposite, and so his editor put a little text box on top that's with an asterisk to say, that he had made a mistake. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a team of editors like some of these stars do. I'm just doing it on my own, and sometimes I miss things. I don't have anybody to proofread things. Even an editor, when somebody's writing a book, there's editors that look at everything through, and these are professional writers. So, this is it. So do I make mistakes? Of course I do. But my point is that this should not stop you from being an animal rights activist. If you care about the animals, you should speak out anyway. And yes, you will be attacked, and people will try to make fun of you, and they will try to dig out anything in your personal life to try to discredit you. But we are tough. We develop a tough skin and we just forge on. We make mistakes, we say, oh, sorry about that, and then we do our best. So unfortunately, Leah's intentions are not good. She is continuing to speak out and say that she keeps wanting to hurt these animals. She doesn't care about them. It's really unfortunate. What I would like Call Me Chris to do, and also to Leah here, Sniper Wolf, is to say, look, being vegan is a great decision. It's healthy for you, and it's best for the animals, and it's great for the environment. We should all strive to be vegan. That's what the message should be. And unfortunately, that's not the message that she's been giving out. Let's have a look at some of this part of this video that I asked Sniper Wolf to watch and her audience. Let's look at this together.
Teacher.
Oh, sorry, that's the wrong one. We're not going to look at that. We're going to look at the video. We'll maybe go back to that in a sec. But this is the video.
Animal agriculture is a multi-billion-dollar industry controlled by some of the world's most powerful people, and is an industry rooted in lies, secrecy, and animal abuse. Our schools, governments, doctors, and media have hidden the truth for long enough. Here is what they don't want you to see. In the dairy industry, cows need to be pregnant in order to produce milk. In order to collect the bull sperm to impregnate the female cow, the farmer masturbates the cow's penis.
Do you think it's okay to masturbate somebody who cannot give consent? These bulls do not give consent. They don't want humans touching them. It's touching inappropriately. It's bestiality and it's sexual assault. They are stealing the bull's sperm. Animals are not objects for us to use. Do not touch them inappropriately. Animals must be treated like children of society. We wouldn't touch a child, a little boy like this, and so we should not do it to animals either. Animals and children cannot give consent to having their body parts touched like this for the pleasure of a human. I'm not okay with it. And Sniper Wolf, you should speak out against this. Every time that you promote dairy products, like you show yourself eating ice cream at McDonald's or something like that, this is the cycle of violence that you are paying into, this assault. You should say to everybody that they should stop eating animal products and buying them.
Once the sperm has been collected, the female cow is...
I want to show you here, I don't know if you see this, but this is a female. She's put into this giant metal, sort of a cage where her head is stuck in there. How would you feel if someone did that to you? I don't think you would like to be sexually assaulted in this thing is what they call a rape rack. That's what they actually call it themselves. They are raping this cow, forcing her to be pregnant against her will, with the intention of stealing her baby and her milk later. Sniper Wolf and Call Me Chris, you both need to be vegan and you need to tell your audience to be vegan too. At least today we're learning the truth.
Restrained whilst the farmer inserts the...
While the farmer inserts his entire arm into her. Are you guys okay with that? Every time you eat an ice cream cone, this is what you're paying for. Every time you drink a glass of cow's milk, this is what you're paying for. Every time you eat cheese, this is what you're paying for. This is the cycle of abuse, sexual assault against animals.
Their arm into the cow's anus to hold the cervix in place. Then a metal rod is used to insert the sperm into the cow's vagina. When the mother gives birth, her baby is taken from her so that the milk...
Her baby is taken from her. Did you know that? You see, in school they don't tell you the truth because the meat, dairy, and egg industries are very powerful and they don't want you to know the truth. Even here over on YouTube, they are demonetizing this because I'm simply telling you the truth. See, it's very bizarre, the world that we live in. You get people like Sniper Wolf and Call Me Chris who make millions of dollars because they promote these industries, whereas animal rights activists who are simply here to try to tell you the truth, we get our videos demonetized. But because we care so much, that's a hit we're willing to take.
Milk intended for her calf can be sold to humans. If her baby is male, he is considered a waste product in the dairy industry and is usually killed within a week.
Now, I'm going to tell you the truth. Every time I watch this, I get completely teared up. I find it extremely, extremely hard to watch, but I feel like I have to watch it with you. I cannot believe that we do this to animals. A baby boy cow is no different than a dog. Now, I know that Chris and Leah, Sniper Wolf, and Call Me Chris both have dogs as pets. And I'm trying to get them to make the link here that if they wouldn't want their own animals treated this way, why would they pay for other people to do this to other animals? A baby cow is no different than a puppy. They're so innocent. It's just wrong on every level. Don't drink milk from cows. Drink oat milk instead, or soy milk.
If the cow's baby is female, she will also become a dairy cow and will go through the same process as her mother year after year. When dairy cows can no longer produce milk, they are sent to the slaughterhouse to be killed.
How does it make you feel to see that? I know so many of you who are watching play video games where you are taking part in murder all day long. And so maybe so many of your generation are desensitized. I don't know. I know that some of you aren't. Some of you do feel like I do and know that it's wrong. But why is it that people like Call Me Chris, who has herself been sexually assaulted, cannot see that this whole cycle is so wrong? And somebody like Sniper Wolf, who she has played video games her whole life, and she laughs at animal abuse in her video. But what about the rest of you?
Only female chickens lay eggs, which means that when the male and female chicks hatch, the male chicks are left on the conveyor belt and are killed immediately by a macerator.
Did you know that this happens? Can you imagine that we do this to animals? I used to eat eggs every day. This is what I was paying for, this cycle of violence. This is why we must stop eating chickens and eggs. All of it.
This is because they are considered a waste product in the egg industry. The process is the same for all eggs, including free-range, organic, and RSPCA approved eggs.
All eggs. So don't get fooled by a label that says free range. No eggs are okay to eat.
The female baby chicks are taken off the conveyor belt, where the tips of their beaks are burnt off without pain relief.
Did you know that this happened? Look at these innocent baby birds. Put into this giant machine and the tips of their beaks just cut off. They're so innocent. Yet we breed them into existence to do this to them. It's wrong.
The female chicks are then transported to farms where they are forced to lay hundreds of eggs in crowded and unsanitary conditions. After a year and a half, the chickens are carelessly thrown into...
Look at them. This is their life. Can you believe that you pay into that? Every time you buy these products, it's supply and demand. Every time you buy these innocent animals dead, you're basically telling the grocery store, keep bringing more. And some people don't seem to understand that. They say, well, they're dead already and I'm just buying them. But it's not the truth. The truth is that you are basically ordering them. There are chickens alive right now that will be murdered because you went last week to buy a chicken. And the shelves are just replenished all the time.
Crates and loaded onto trucks destined for the slaughterhouse. The chickens are already severely traumatized from careless handling and crowded conditions. This journey will be the first and last time that they see the light of day. At the slaughterhouse, the chickens are hung upside down and lowered headfirst into a tank of electrified water in order to stun them. Shortly after, their throats will be cut by an automated blade. If chickens move their heads when they are approaching the blade, they may end up drowning in the scalding water further down the process. In the pork industry, the same process begins with the farmer collecting the male pig's sperm by masturbating the boar's penis. The farmer then inserts the sperm into the female pig's vagina in order to impregnate her. Once the mother pig gives birth, she is confined to a metal device called a farrowing crate, where she is unable to move or turn around to see her babies. All of her piglets will have their teeth clipped and their tails cut off.
Sniper Wolf and Call Me Chris, are you okay with this? Just a little baby pig, abused, no anesthetic.
With no pain relief. Unhealthy piglets are deemed a waste product and are slammed against a concrete wall or floor by farmers. This is standard practice in the pork industry. When the pigs are only 6 months old, they are sent to the slaughterhouse to be killed. In the pork industry, pigs are lowered into a CO2 gas chamber where they will suffocate and burn from the inside out.
In World War II, the Nazis put the Jews in gas chambers. And that's why I often wear a shirt that says, "End the animal holocaust," because the Holocaust never ended for the animals. Imagine being the person who first built this device. Imagine putting innocent animals into a machine like this to kill them. Imagine if somebody took your dog or your cat or your child, because they all have the same mental capacity. They're all sentient, they all feel, and they want to be loved. They don't want to be murdered. Imagine if somebody did that. It's not okay. We need to evolve as a society and stop inflicting so much pain on these innocent animals who never did a single thing wrong to us. And the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics has clearly stated that everyone can be vegan, no matter what your age or your skin color or your gender identity or your religion. Everybody can be vegan. It is healthy. You just have to buy the right foods. I've been vegan for over 5 years. And so has my husband. And so has my mother-in-law, and my dog Bella has been vegan since August 2017. If we can all be vegan, then surely you can too. Anyone who lives near a grocery store, just choose the vegan options. Stop buying into this. Just because Call Me Chris and Sniper Wolf have millions and millions of followers doesn't mean that they are good people. I know that they do some things that are good, that are entertaining. But at their heart, if they know what goes on and they pay for this and they say to you, "Oh, it's no big deal," something is not okay. As their fans, I am encouraging you to speak out and say to them, "Hey, that vegan teacher says we should be vegan, and she's right. She's right. You guys should be writing to them and making videos about them and saying that these two individuals have a moral responsibility to stop promoting places like McDonald's or Dino Nuggies or whatever, all of these other things. Every time that they see dead animals, they should speak out. Dead flesh. Burgers that are not vegan, they should speak out and say, that's too bad, that's not vegan. When they see in their videos or they're talking about things like milk, they should say vegan milk. They should use the word vegan and promote cruelty-free products.
Finally, they will then be hung upside down and have their throats slit. In the fishing industry, fish are thrown into ice-cold water where they can take up to 30 minutes to suffocate to death. Even though their screams are silent, it has been scientifically proven that fish can feel pain. These practices happen to animals all over the world. Australia, USA, United Kingdom, Canada.
This is where I live. It's everywhere around the world. Everybody keeps saying, "Oh, it's not in my country," but you're wrong. And the reason you don't know it is because of censorship. So I want to thank everybody for being here and being willing to learn the truth.
Thailand, Cambodia, Spain, France, Mexico, The only way to end this suffering is to stop eating animals, wearing animals, and using animals for experiments and entertainment. Scientific studies have shown that eating meat, dairy, and eggs could cause a variety of diseases, including heart disease, diabetes, and even cancer. More than 800 scientific studies worldwide have proven that processed meats such as bacon, hot dogs, and deli meats are a Class 1 carcinogen, meaning that they cause cancer in humans. Even though these products are known to be harmful to our health, they are readily available to children in schools and sick patients in hospitals.
That is so wrong. All schools should be only serving vegan foods, same as hospitals. When I worked as a nurse for 25 years, we would serve meat, dairy, and eggs to people all the time. We need some serious changes. One of the good things that has happened recently is the mayor of New York, who has newly been elected, is vegan. And so hopefully he will be able to speak out and get some of these crazy places to change their ways.
A plant-based diet can provide all of the essential vitamins and nutrients, including protein, iron, and calcium.
These are all vegan athletes that
And has even been proven to reverse certain diseases and cancers. Animal agriculture is not only responsible for inflicting unimaginable suffering on animals, it is the leading cause of species extinction, ocean dead zones, water pollution, and habitat destruction. It's time we change the way we view animals, to see them as individuals who are here with us, not for us. From this moment on, you can no longer say that you didn't know.
Now you know. Thank you very much for being here, everyone. I give out this link often, don'twatch.org, but if you notice that I'm today watching it from another site called James Asby, because you have to press the link to get to YouTube unless you're over 18. Actually, I don't really understand how it works. All I know is that I couldn't get to it to show you today unless I went to a different site. But you understand, you can still go to don'twatch.org. I'm sorry, I get very emotional when I see that video. Thank you very much for watching with me. Thank you. Please contact Call Me Chris and Sniper Wolf and tell them that I'm encouraging them to watch this movie if they haven't yet seen it, and also another one called watchdominion.org, which gives more animals, tells you more about what's going on in the world. Thank you everyone for being here. If you enjoy my work, feel free to sponsor me on Patreon, because videos like this are not monetizable, and I really appreciate your help. Even those of you who write to me and say, Miss Kadie, I can only afford $3 a month, it is totally fine, and I'm extremely grateful for everyone who chips in to help me to sustain myself here on this channel. Thanks again for being here. Please like and subscribe and press the notification bell and help me get these poor animals out of hell. Thank you. Coming up on screen are going to be some other videos. Have a look around at my site. Just press on them, be curious. There's over 1,000 videos here. And just look around. Let me know what you think. Write something in the comments section if you can. If you're vegan, let me know. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much. Bye for now. Love you guys.